the Hurricane Sandy update, live Cliffside in Manomet, Massachusetts. Today we have with us our sign linguist and hurricane analyst, Gina De Lisle, to help with all those who have a hard time hearing. Thank you for that, Gina. Now, as you can see, conditions have deteriorated to the point of no return. It is still windy and getting windier. It is still rainy and getting rainier. And while it may seem bright out right now, don't let this storm fool you. It will be dark again in the coming hours, and it will also be windy and rainy at the same time. Hurricane Sandy was born to a modest hurricane family in the South Atlantic. Her father, Hurricane Earl, and her mother, Hurricane Irene, have been guiding her and teaching her the ins and outs of wreaking havoc and destruction all over the eastern seaboard of the United States. And as we can see, Hurricane Sandy has taken a liking, and it didn't take her long to figure out exactly how to run about her business. During her formative days, Hurricane Sandy started as a tropical depression and quickly earned the distinction of a tropical storm. Now, with wind gusts exceeding 90 miles an hour in the heart of the storm, Hurricane Sandy is now a Cat 1 hurricane. And as if that's not bad enough, to make matters worse, there's a nameless winter storm in the North Atlantic that's making eyes with Hurricane Sandy. And we fear that they may come together in the middle and make baby hurricanes. Now let's take a closer look at the weather maps to find out what Sandy's latest track is and where she's headed next. As you can see, it's extremely rainy and windy right in this area right here. Now, we can expect to see moderate to extreme flooding here. We can expect to see high winds in the neighborhood of 250 miles an hour here. Now, there will even be some fire in the sky coming out of this section. Now, this brings me to my next point. I think it's important because it hasn't been discussed to this point. There has been no link made between the ancient Mayan prophecy of the end of the world in 2012 with the onslaught of Hurricane Sandy at our doorstep. Now, some may think it's a coincidence that Hurricane Sandy coincides with the end of the 13th Bactoon. Well, I, for one, think that this requires additional study and attention and research. Now, what can you do to prepare for Hurricane Sandy? We've got all the necessary steps that you need to take to protect you and your family from this storm of mass destruction. Number 1, stay indoors. Do as I say, not as I do. Number 2, it's very important to close your mailbox and your doors and your windows, and most especially the sunroof in your car, because nobody wants to see a hurricane get all up in their car. You're going to need flashlights for when it's dark, and you can also play really cool and fun games like flashlight tag. But that means you're going to need extra batteries on hand, because eventually those batteries will die and the fun will end. With extra batteries, it's non-stop fun, over and over and over again. Now, you're going to need a lot of water so you can drink it and feed it to your plants. Let's not forget the little guys, people. You're going to need a radio so you can listen to some good tunes and hopefully drown out the end of the world sounds that are coming from your backyard. Beer. You need beer. In a hurricane, beer can be your best friend. Seriously, there are no timetables. You can drink it in the morning. You can drink it in the afternoon. You can drink it at night. You can drink it while you're alone. You can drink it with your family. And you can drink it with your friends. There are no rules about drinking beer during a hurricane. It is 100% okay to get drunk and stay drunk and raise holy hell. After all, why not? God's doing it too, right? So please stay tuned for more coverage as this Frankenstorm takes steps closer and closer to the end of the world as we know it. Live from Manomet, I'm Scott Chase, and this is Gina De Lisle. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, and Jim Cantor, you hotshot son of a gun, you better stay out of Manomet. You ain't